Hey everybody, this is Matt Shu from Upright Health, and today I'm answering a question from Mr. Zach Rymel. I don't know where he is, but he's out there somewhere helping people be better and do better things, so I thought I'd answer one of his questions. He sent me a message about two things. Zach, I'm going to address one of them, and that's a question about kyphosis. He says, I have quite a few clients with kyphosis where the spinal erectors behind the chest have turned into thick cords and the spine is curved forward. Presumably they need, the front must be released and the back strengthened. Yeah, pretty much. I think you've nailed that one on the head. The big issue that people run into with kyphosis is that they're at work all day doing this stuff and then like looking at the computer screen, so they're just maintaining this crappy position all day. So the erectors along the spine get really huge and gnarly, and yet still they're stuck in that position. So there's a couple things you can do, and I'm going to show you what you can do. They are not super quick, awesome, sexy exercises. They are kind of slow, can be a little bit boring, but the results are the results. So if you want the results, you got to do the boring stuff, right? So I'm going to show those to you real quick, and you can start using them with your clients. If you're somebody who's watching this who is not Zach, then you can start using this on yourself. Here we go. So the first thing we're going to want to do is try to help open up the front side, right? It's not really an easy place to work on, right? You can't exactly foam roll that very comfortably without possibly smashing some things that you don't want to smash. So if you are a manual therapist, if you're a massage therapist, you can work all along the rectus abdominis, so the six-pack that everybody loves so much. You may want to actually help basically help relax the rectus abdominis on your clients. So a lot of times, I've actually had two in the last year, two ladies who had gotten their abs so tight and so strong, the rectus abs and also the obliques, but a lot through the rectus abdominis. They had gotten so tight that they gave themselves severe back pain, and one of them gave herself really bad pain at the base of her neck, just because those had crunched her in so much. So if you're doing massage, you can try to massage that out to help loosen that up. Now, if you can't do that, then one thing you can do is just grab a foam roller and go at it from the other direction. So what you're going to do is you're going to just keep your lower back pretty much flat. It can go into slight lordosis, but we don't want it to get into a crazy curve as we're doing this. We want to keep the lower back pretty neutral the whole time we're doing this. We're going to support our heads, support the head in our hands, and you're just going to let yourself curve over the foam roller. Now, I said you want to keep the lower back in neutral while you're doing this. That's to make sure you're not just curving over the foam roller by letting your lower back go into an arch. You keep it out of the arch and you let your upper back at the point that it's making contact with the foam roller, you're letting that part arch. Okay, so it's not your lower back arching, it's actually your mid and upper back arching. Now this is attacking the problem that Zach's talking about in two ways. It's helping the muscles relax, right? Those cords on either side of the spine, it's helping those relax, and it's also giving you a fulcrum from which you can make the spine go into extension. So where it's always flexed like this, now you can just use gravity and body weight to open it back up. So that's item number one. You just kind of hang out, find the most tough spots, the places where you're most curved, and you just let yourself gently relax in those spots. You're probably going to need to spend, generally what I recommend is spending about a minute on at least 3 or 4 spots. If you want to go like spot 1, spot 2, spot 3, and then back to 2, then to 1, then 2, then 3, and just do that. If you have time, do that. Otherwise, you just go 1, 2, 3, and then move on to something else. So when I'm working with clients who have a lot of kyphosis, I'll often do that, just throw that in the beginning just to help open things up before we start doing any more exercise. Okay, then the next thing you're going to do is right here on the wall. So once you've gotten the back all loosened up that way, you've kind of given it the ability to get where you want it to go, you can then back yourself up into a wall. You can have your knees bent if you have really, really tight hamstrings. And I think, Zach, part of your message actually said you can't even get up against the wall like this. So if you can't, you just bend your knees, you get your butt against the wall, you get your lower back flat against the wall, you get your upper back flat against the wall, and you get the back of your head flat against the wall. So what you're doing is you're basically saying, so this is your curvature, right? You have this big kyphosis up here. We're saying this is the upper back, this is the lower back, and the lordosis. Get this big curve. If I tell you to stand up straight, what most people will do is go, right? And they give themselves, effectively, they've just lifted their chest up a little bit by pushing their spine back. Okay, so what we're doing right now is saying, okay, we're not going to even allow any movement of the spine. We're just going to push everything into a flat position, and then now straighten up, right? So now when you go to straighten up, the upper back is not allowed to cheat, the lower back also is not allowed to cheat. Everything stays in position as the upper and mid back have to straighten up. Now the key here is when we're trying to get the head against the wall, we want to keep the chin tucked. We don't want to be lifting up like that. Okay, if I'm coming back like this, a lot of people with a lot of kyphosis they'll basically tip their heads back and be touching the back of the top of their head against the wall because the kyphosis is so strong. You want to make sure you're coming at it with the back of your head, right? So you're just keeping the chin tucked and then pulling back. You want to keep your shoulders back a little bit. You don't have to exaggerate it. That will generally pull you off of the wall. So we just have a little bit of a shoulder blade retraction. Keep the chin tucked and keep your head back there. This position you hold for at least 2 minutes. I like doing 3 minutes with most people. If it's pretty rough and they got a lot of kyphosis, then I'll do it for like 5 minutes. Definitely will assign that for homework to make sure they're constantly getting that positive stimulus to help with the kyphosis. So Zach, that's 2 ideas you can start throwing in with your clients. Everybody else, that's something you can start doing with yourself to help with your kyphosis. If you have other questions, other comments, other concerns, whatever, you know how to reach me. I'm here on YouTube. You can always shoot me an email. And please remember that kyphosis sucks, pain sucks, life shouldn't.